Welcome back, everybody. I'm joined once again with Becca from the Lloydminster and District Community, SPCA. How are you doing today, Becca?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. And who do we have here? Who's this little kitty?
So this pretty gal here is Mizo. So she is our current tripod of the SPCA. So she came in, I want to say a couple months ago for sure. And she was quite skinny, quite underweight. A nice lady found her on her farm and took her in for a few nights and then brought her into the SPCA to get checked over. So we eventually just figured out that she had a really infected joint in her hind leg. And she looks looking right at the camera. And and then so we just got her to get some weight on, see if she would start moving it when she went out into foster a little bit. And then we just found out it just really was causing her more discomfort and pain. So we got her her leg amputated.
Well, she doesn't seem too phased by it. She still seems to be
No.
a happy, healthy kitty. Is she pretty mobile still? Does she get along well without it, or?
Yeah, I think if anything, she wasn't really using it before. So you can kind of see right here, that's where it was removed. And, so I think it was kind of just in the way for her before. So I think if anything, we just kind of got rid of the dead weight for her, and she's moving around quite nicely. She's about 9 years old. So we do recommend that anybody that does take her home, maybe if you have like little stairs that will go up your bed and things like that, just to make her life a little bit easier.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have steps at home for my bed for my dog. They're great to have for animals,
Yeah.
to help them. It's even if you just have a senior pet, it's a lot to jump up and down on those little kneecaps, right? So
Yeah.
it's nice to be able to extend the comfort and the life of your animal when you can do that. And so, how is she with people, Becca? Like, she's been giving you snuggles the whole time we've been talking, so she obviously seems
Yeah.
like a very friendly cat.
Yeah, she's really, really good with people. I think she might have a little bit of a lower patience tolerance for young kids, but anybody else, I think she's really good. She seems to like calm dogs, but she is a no-go with other cats. She does not enjoy the company of other feline friends.
I mean, that's fair. Some people just like
Yeah.
having their space, so very
Yeah.
obviously she's kind of a solo cat. But since she's so nice with people, if you don't have any other animals in the house, I'm sure she would be a great fit for anybody out
Yeah.
there. And so,
Yeah.
how are you guys doing numbers-wise? I know you guys always have lots of cats, but how are things overall? Do you guys have some more dogs in? I know last week you had a few new additions, so how are things looking at the shelter right now?
Yeah, so we did load up a little bit on our dogs. We had a couple younger pups come in, so we're just kind of they're in quarantine and being watched right now. And then so we're kind of keeping an eye on them. And then I think that's pretty much it, just for like maybe one other adult dog. So we're not doing too bad. If you come here, there's nothing really on the floor except for one dog. So it's our back ice, so it's pretty full. But and then cats, we're pretty full on our cats again.
So Becca, since we have a special kind of case this week with an animal who had an injury, I just thought it would be maybe a good topic to discuss is how you guys do have to cover the medical costs for some of these animals occasionally. So obviously you guys sometimes will reach out, if you have a specific case of an animal who needs help covering medical bills, but these things come up fairly regularly, do they not? Little things like this?
Yeah. Like with Mizo here, it was kind of beginning of winter, but kind of when it was really, really cold out there, so she was lucky in the sense that she didn't have to lose any ears or anything. But, we do find at least a few times a year we get some of these more serious ones where we do have to, get a leg amputation or things like that. So, I mean, like we were kind of saying before, sometimes it depends on the severity, if it's an old injury and it's kind of healed, we have a little bit of that time to, fundraise and things like that. And other times it's a more serious and it needs to happen right away. So, we do have our sick and injured animal fund. So you can donate directly towards that at any time, and that's the money that we use for these certain situations.
Beautiful. So if anybody out there, wants to do a good deed and wants to help cover the medical costs with some of these things, it's a really easy way to, be able to know that you really did help with an animal's life, in the most important way possible. So if anybody
Yeah.
out there wants to make a donation so that the next time we have a cat like Mizo who, needs that emergency medical care, then we can make sure that they get them. One very last thing, Becca. I was told recently that it's your guys' 55th anniversary coming up here right away. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. It's 55 years this year we've been here.
Beautiful. Well, do you guys have anything on the event? I know that we're a little bit ways away right now, but are you guys planning something at all?
I'm not too sure. I think it kind of snuck up on all of us. So I think, we're going to try and figure something out and make it kind of an exciting year for us.
Beautiful. Well, that's something to look forward to. Everybody out there, mark it on your calendars. This is the year, the 55th anniversary of the Lloydminster and District SPCA. Well, we've gone a little heavy this week, Becca, but that's all right. But
Yeah.
we will have to end her there. So thank you so much for joining us and for introducing everybody to Mizo.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Manage your waste and recyclables with Quick Pick Waste Disposal. 100% locally owned and proud to serve and support the communities we call home. Quick Pick, the convenient solution to avoid pollution.